Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to the Flash community on YouTube. What's crack-a-lackin', everybody? It's your boy Magnus.Magneto from Another Crew, and we are about to get down a little bit of a stretch. You know, the usual situation we got going on. Yeah. What's up, y'all? What's up, D-Trox? What's up, Lucas? Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday! No movies today, D-Trox? What's going on? You're actually here. What a shock! Hell yeah, Lucas, get it. Get some work in. What's up, Indianapolis? I can't even say that. Indianapolis. Why am I so uneducated? Oh my goodness. What's up, Davy? How was training today? No good movie playing after Fast and Furious? What are they on now? They must be like Fast and Furious 30 by now. How is it? How have they not run out of ideas? Man, it's insane. Every Sunday, Lucas. Is it on the 9th already? Oh my goodness. Absolute mad lad. I have exciting news coming up, everybody. This channel is about to be bumping. I have not one, but 2 collaborations coming up from pretty big names pretty soon. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Munch Mills today. First day you did it with CrossFit. There you go. Yeah, the trick for that is you gotta learn how to get the backspin wind up right into the Munch Mill. I don't know, Davy, if you guys have seen my Munch Mill tutorial, but I explained it there, I believe. Oh, D-Trox, you know it. We gotta have a little bit of suspense. It's good for your blood. It's good for your bones. Yeah. And it's gonna happen soon. This isn't like months from now. This is like within the next couple of weeks. It's gonna be up. So exciting stuff for sure. What am I gonna train today? I think I'm just gonna train mobility and strength work today because it's raining outside. So that means I just got my new slackline here. So I'm gonna start doing some slacklining. So I'm excited about that. How's my injuries? It's just the one. It's just my hip. It's kind of weird. It's like I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like you can do like most things at like 75%. So I can, like, for instance, my tutorial I did yesterday, it like labored it, but it didn't make it hurt, if that makes sense. So it's just sore. I just need to do a lot more rolling. I need to be rolling it out a lot more than I am. So I'm trying to get on top of that. How many hours should be practiced in a day? Sky is all up to the person. I think what's more important is focus small amounts of practice and then an overall lifestyle that benefits breaking. So if you're sleeping well, you have good health, you're eating properly, and you're doing a lot of mobility and conditioning and stretching on top and around of breaking and your training, I think it's gonna help a lot the most. because there's a lot of people that will maybe train long hours, but they're doing it kind of ineffectively and not conditioning, not doing mobility, not doing all this stuff. So they'll kind of like go, get injured or burn out and then stop. So I think it's a lot better if you're maintaining a solid progressive track and then doing a lot of focused mobility and injury prevention and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's so many elements to breaking. So I think there's a lot we can train that like you can take outside of your main practice and still work on, if that makes sense. So for instance, like if you're just thinking about concepts and ideas, that you could do that for hours, right? But it shouldn't take you that much energy, you know? So you could do like a certain amount of that for hours and hours, and then you could do a certain amount of focus practice. So it kind of is up to the person. Thoughts about practicing around injuries. It's something I've done for quite a few of the past years because I teach so much that unfortunately, the thing with teaching is you tend to do a lot of things and demonstrate a lot of stuff that you're not technically warmed up and properly stretched for. So you tend to labor parts of your body that you shouldn't be laboring because you're throwing them in an extreme right away. So it's definitely something I've had to work around a lot. I think if you're gonna train with an injury, do it in an environment that doesn't put you into like a freestyle state of being. Because if you're gonna train around an injury, you gotta do it really methodically and really thought out so that you're not actually laboring the injury, right? Because it's really easy to just throw something that you're comfortable with throwing and it labor your injury, and then it's like you go 3 steps backwards suddenly, you know? So if you're gonna train with an injury, try and do it very thought out and methodically so that you're not gonna be laboring it even more. Almost getting one air for. Oh yeah, D-Trox, get them, boy! Hola, ¿cómo estás? White boy, Spanish at its finest. What is going on? Sorry, I should have that turned off. The tutorial with Tricky helped. Oh yeah. I live in Vancouver, Canada, Lucas. Are there specific moves or things you focus on when teaching breaking to freshly beginner breakers? Yeah, 100%. So Philip, if you look at my Breaking Made Simple course, that's basically my teaching strategy for absolute beginners. So to give a quick rundown, I do 4 top rock steps. I do proper squat, like anatomy, and proper squat like foundation to have a solid squat. I do go through a few go downs. I go through probably 5 to 10 footwork steps that are specifically there to set you up with a proper base. And I go through about 5 to 7 freezes as well. And then pre-power drills. So quite a lot. Yeah, I have a pretty wide teaching strategy that I have for beginners. Do you have a tutorial for windmill to flare? It's our new goal. I don't, but I have something coming up soon that would probably benefit that. So just stay tuned with it. But for now, I don't. No worries, Lucas. It's what I try and do, bro. Provide some good content for people. We've got to get value, right? Value town. I also have a question about Mill. Any pop-up? Any good drills? Yeah, so first, always Detox, you know. Because it's I can monetize if it's epidemic, right? Lucas, so you wanna, if Lucas, have you seen my Break and Made Simple course? Because in there I have my coin drop tutorial. And in my coin drop tutorial, I basically break down the basic of a pop, at least a pop up from your back and shoulders. So that's usually the drill that I teach people first. And that's literally doing it in a freeze first. So you're doing push up, shoulder, upper back, shoulder, push up, like that. And then all you do is you slowly add a little bit more power into that and push higher and higher until you're using the actual pop to get to a push-up position. Then once you have that, all you're doing is you're slowly pushing down to the ground more and kicking to a handstand more. As you're slowly pushing into the ground more and kicking to the sky or to the ceiling more. So I think that's kind of the easiest drill. So Lucas, if you go to my Facebook group, I'll link it here, called Breaking Made Simple. I have a free course in there, and in the course I have a coin drop tutorial. So if you go in the course and you look at power moves, I believe is what is under, then I have a section in power moves. It's called coin drop. And if you look at the coin drop, then in that video I teach the pop that you're talking about, and I teach the drill that I think is most beneficial to kind of understand the basics of it. I have a suggestion for a video if you like. Detrox, your tightness seals is not on point today, fam. About using elbows and footwork, forward and power. Yeah, sure. I could do that. I think I've kind of explained it in certain stylized footwork videos. But I definitely haven't done an in-depth tutorial on it, so I could do that. I'll check into it, not on Facebook. Yeah, Lucas, so get on Facebook at some point and then check it out. Also, if you don't have Facebook, you can email me your email, and then I can also link it to you. So so then you have it. Would you be down to watch videos of our progress and provide feedback? Having trouble with my first email? Yeah, and since the link I just provided 3 messages ago is my link to my Facebook group. And in there, that's where this whole community posts any progress videos or things that they want me to kind of check out or want help from the community. And through that is basically where we do that. Yeah, peace, Lucas. So Anson, if you want help with that, I suggest sending it there, and then you can get help from me and then anyone else that's within this community as well. That's not just me, right? That's probably your best bet. No worries, dog. Get it. Oh my God, I'm turning you into the disaster zone. I just cleaned out my car. So I have all stuff from cars going on in my condo right now. We learned the flying 2-step front top rock yesterday. Thanks for that. Mara likes it a lot, but it takes a lot of energy. Of course it takes a lot of energy. That's the point. He's like 8. He should have a plethora of energy. It's good for him. You should get him to do the top rock stamina training video. See how he feels after that. Woo! Getting toasty. Hell yeah, boy. What's up, Ivan? What's up, Mexico? Any advice for starting a career in dance? I dropped out of school and I'm moving to Chicago Saturday to pursue dance and video creation. So I'm trying to get all the help I can get right now. LOL. Yeah. So Philip, it depends. If you're, do you want to be a professional dancer or a videographer or both, or do you just want to be in the dance scene, or do you want to teach? Like, there's a lot of different options within it. I definitely recommend try multiple, but especially since you dropped out and you've got all the time freedom in the world right now, do as much as you can. But is there any specific ones that you're looking at right now? Like 1, 2, or 3 things that you're really interested in, whether that's filming videos for people, making your own concept videos, or do you want to teach, or do you want to be a legitimate professional like background dancer, or do you want to be like in the battle street scene like the Twins or like B-Boys, or what's kind of your thoughts on it all? Hey dude, I'm struggling with the turtle to baby freeze. When I try to get my left leg onto my arm, I get blocked by my hips, but I'm not strong enough to get my hips high. Yeah, so Nico, are you stabbing with your, when I try to get my left leg onto my arm, so are you stabbing with your left arm or are you stabbing with your right arm? Because that kind of matters. Because if you're stabbing with your left arm, then that means you're doing reverse baby. And if you're stabbing with your right arm, then that means you're doing traditional baby. So if you're doing, so what I'd recommend first, Nico, is try to do your right leg on your right elbow first. And then if you can do that, all you want to do is literally just try pushing hips slightly up every single time. I know it's difficult at first, but don't worry about getting them super high yet. Just start low. So even if you're just starting like this. So left arm here, if you can do this, just train this. Hold, drop, hold, drop. Then once you can get to here, you know you're good to switch. Unless your issue is flexibility. If it's flexibility, then that's a little bit of a different talk. But if it's just strength, then just train that up. Filming, making concept videos, teaching, battles, choreography scenes, so kind of a wide range of stuff I'd like to do. Yeah, so Philip, if that's what you want, then what I'd recommend doing is everyone wants more content for Instagram and everything. So all you got to do right now is, yes, train your butt off on your own stuff too, but also you want to be reaching out to as many creators as you can, small, big, medium, whatever, and offering to make them free videos. Like, I know it's a lot of work, but for now, think of it as volunteering, because the more you get, the more hype videos you make for people, the more seen you're gonna get. And the age of, in the age of like social media and online, like if you approached me and was like, hey, can I film for you? I'd be like, yes. Like it would be that short, because for me, it's difficult because I have to do everything myself. So if I had someone else literally just filming for me, it would make my life a lot easier. You know what I mean? And then, so what I'd say is start reaching out to creators. It could be bigger than me, it could be smaller than me, like as many as you can that you think have somewhat of a following. Even if it's like 300 followers. If they have 300 people following them, that's 300 people that could now be seeing your work. Does that make sense? So you should be hustling, talking to as many people as you can, DM as many people as you can. And wherever I'll remember you telling me, I think you dropped out, you're moving to Chicago. So what you should do is you should go on Instagram, search location Chicago, look at all the dance videos just on Instagram's feed, go to their profiles, DM as many people as you can. So DM them and say, hey, I'm a newer videographer, blah, blah, blah. Send them like you're a reel. If you don't have a reel, just send them a video that you've made and be like, I'm also a dancer, blah, blah, blah. I love your work, you know, kind of like build them up, show that, like, give them compliments so that they are more willing to talk to you. And then say, I'd love to make you a video. That's it. You know what I mean? Just make you a video and document you so that I can improve. I'm newer, blah, blah, blah. And then also you can have full rights to whatever. Just tag me in it. You know, that's all. And then even if they don't tag you, whatever, because it's one, experience for you. Two, is networking for you. Three, is how you get your career off the ground. Just like if you're a SoundCloud rapper or whatever, you want to be putting out stuff as much as you can, working with people as much as you can. So you should be 24/7 DMing people and also working with as many people as you can. And then as far as your own training goes, if you want to battle, then I get same thing, you know, just be training as much as you can and then go to as many battles as you can, right? That side's a little bit easier. It's the video side's a little bit more difficult to get into, but that's how I would approach it. It's kind of the Gary Vee way of doing it too. That's also what I've done in my own walks of life. And then for teaching, Philip, I start teaching people. You know, it's start teaching as many people as you can, and then once you start and then trying to start approaching people that are established teachers and say, hey, I'd love to sub for you for cheap whenever. And then just get yourself in the industry. That's the biggest thing. You got to get yourself in the door. Once you're in the door, then everything else will come later. Could you please teach a windmill tutorial? Looks really crap when I am going out of tutorial freeze. Shadow, I have 2 windmill tutorials on my channel. Just go on my channel and look at my windmill tutorials. Thanks, Anthony. I'm glad you like it. How many years have you been breaking? I've been breaking for about 11 years. Since 2008, 2007. Maybe getting closer to 12 now. Yeah, no worries, Shadow. Also, if you want to post your progress, then go on my Facebook group, Breaking Made Simple, and I have a whole group of 500 plus people, B-boys and B-girls, and just people in the community that are there that are willing to help you with whatever I can't help with. Awesome, thanks. I've heard one of the best things is just getting more known, so that is what I'll do. Yeah, Philip, and the way you get more known is by working for people. So collab with as many people as you can, you know what I mean? And just keep putting your name out there. And if your work's good enough, it'll speak for itself, right? You don't have to do more than that. Just keep hustling it and keep working with as many people as you can and collabing. And for now, do it all for free, you know what I mean? You'll get money later, but if you're just starting off, like, don't even worry about that. Just work, just put in the time, full time it. How old am I? I'm 25. Old man status. Old man status. Warming up them old bones. What's today's footwork lesson about? I'm not doing a footwork lesson today. So nothing. But tomorrow's. Oh, I have no idea what I'm going to do tomorrow. So I have no idea. It's so long. It's the short answer and long answer. What's up, KK? what's the story behind my b-boy name? D-Trucks, did you see why I quit breaking video? Because in there, I explain the story, or Kenny does. So basically the story behind my b-boy name is my crewmate Kenny, Muggy Mug, he's the one that gave it to me. So basically we're all pretty big, or like me, Kenny, and Jax, and like a couple other people, we're really big superhero geeks. So we will obviously watch X-Men and stuff a lot together, and growing up was a lot of our childhoods. And because of my name's Magnus.Magneto, because Magneto in X-Men and in lore, sometimes he was called Magnus, right? So there was kind of that as a nickname for me already. Excuse me. And then basically, I always loved doing lots of footwork, as you already know. And Kenny taught me and was one of the people that saw me doing footwork. And whenever I battle people, I'd always do usually more footwork against the opponent than they do versus me. And he eventually got to a point where Kenny said that just as Magneto is a master of magnetism, I'm the master of footwork. So when I do footwork, I like draw people's eyes into me and kind of hypnotize them with my flow, my speed, blah, 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 right? So basically now whenever I hear that name, I think of that story and it inspires me to break that way. So whenever I throw down and whenever I do footwork, I think about that and I try to pull everyone's eyes towards me so that, you know, everyone's focused on what I'm doing, like stealing people's attention. So someone said before too that whenever you hear your name being called in a battle, you want it to be something that's going to inspire you to do a certain thing in the battle. So whatever is meaningful to you, you know, that's why Kenny would get really mad when in youth battles growing up, people would troll and enter as like two Asian guys or something like that. You know, people would enter a lot of time with troll names, and like he would get on the mic in front of everybody and be like, "There's a reason we have names, blah 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 on it." So yeah. Anyways, that's kind of the origins of that. Favorite footwork, probably CC's and 6 steps, but overall, like whatever makes me go fast, I like to go fast. So any step that I can go fast in. What's up? When you do a workshop in Pakistan, I have no idea, dog. I don't even know if I'm ever gonna go to Pakistan, but I'd definitely like to. What would be the one thing that you wish you had known when you started out breaking? The one, it's funny because I asked this question before to people. And it's always interesting when you ask yourself the same question. I think the biggest thing when I started breaking would be to not overthink so much and to try to focus my energy strictly on the movement versus thinking about the movement and what people are going to think about me around the movement. Because growing up, my biggest issue around breaking was getting out of my own way, because mental blocks was the thing that stopped me from improving at the rate that I could have improved at. So the biggest challenge for me breaking wise was not the moves, it was the mentality, if that makes sense. So for me, growing up, it would have just been, don't overthink so much, don't care so much, just do you, and try to really have blinders on to what everyone else is doing around you. Just put in the work and dance, you know, and stop focusing so much on what's going on around you. Because again, that was the hardest part of breaking for me, was the mentality. Is it smart to start with learning windmills if I have 0 experience breaking? Josh, whatever gets you in to breaking, but I'd say no, just because in my opinion, it doesn't set up a solid base. And also you'd be really lazy to not learn the rest, because learning a windmill is going to take a lot longer than it does to learn the basics. You know, it doesn't take, I can teach you the top rock, go down, footwork, and freeze basics in an hour. You know, so it's really kind of a laziness to start with something like a windmill versus everything else. But that being said, if you're not trying to be a b-boy and you just want to learn a windmill, by all means, learn a windmill, right? But if you're trying to be a b-boy or a breaker and you start off with learning just one move, it's shooting yourself in the foot. So I would say no, but those are kind of the context around it, if that makes sense. No worries. I'm from Vancouver, Canada, BC. After 11 years, what makes you stay inspired? Helping other people and progressing myself. I love progress. I mean, I've lost my inspiration for breaking constantly, and I constantly do, but I love helping other people and helping people where I struggled. So that's really, really meaningful to me, is when I can provide people with ways to do a move that felt impossible to me, and I see them progress and get that move 10,000 times faster than I personally did. That's really cool because it was me that helped them get there, you know? So that's really rewarding for me and fulfilling. And then apart from that is progressing. So for instance, if you saw the move that I taught yesterday, I made that move yesterday, the little footwork combination. So for me, like being able to make something out of nothing and then showcase it at a pretty high level within the matter of hours is cool. It's fulfilling to me as well. So those are kind of the two answers. It's not battling. It's not getting down with homies. It's not any of that stuff for me anymore. It's simply the raw progression of movement and then providing value for other people. That's what keeps me inspired. No worries, y'all. I'm happy that my answer is somewhat adequate. Okay. What's up, Skate? How's my hip healing? Kind of, I guess, is the best answer to put. I'm not resting it as much as I should be. So it's healing slowly, I think, if at all. But I mean, there was one point where I couldn't do any footwork on my hip because I knew it would hurt. And now it's not. So I guess that's something, right? But whenever it's not 100%, it feels like it's going really slow. So I don't know. I'm just trying to like have flow with it and move around it. And I'm taking it as a lesson to kind of adjust my breaking rather than making it define not being able to break, if that makes sense. But I'm also like an addict, so it's hard for me to fully stop when like it's my whole everything. Hence why I'm doing other things too, because I enjoy other things too. But yeah, slowly, I guess, is the best answer to put. Fun fact, when I first did hot yoga, I couldn't, this position, like this, I couldn't do this for like 3.5 months. It took me 3.5 months before I could sit like this without it hurting, because I was so tight in here from breaking, because breaking is all this position, right? So our flexibility is all here, right? So our toes down, right? So we never really flex this part, you know, because we're always in like that. So it took me 3.5 months to be able to get all the way back like I just did there, and actually be able to sit here without it like being so tight that I want to like cry. Anyways, thought that was kind of interesting. Can you top rock? Because I'm hungry for a new top rock. I mean, I can teach you one. I'm like feeling hella lazy, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm kind of not feeling like getting up, but I can if you really want a top rock step. I can give you one. All right, sounds good, D-Trucks. Great to hear, man. You'll get to 100% before you know it. Yeah, dude, I hope so. For me, like, time is so relative, but at the same time, like, for certain things goes super slowly, and for other things goes super quickly. And injuries is one thing that feels like it never happens, even though I know some people get injured and they're injured for like years. And I'm like, it's been like 3 weeks. Why isn't it fully healed yet? Well, have you been resting? No, but it doesn't matter. I'm the most patiently impatient person you'll meet. Yeah, skate. The trick is, 1, either hot yoga, or 2, you should have to start sitting it all the time. Tips on doing flares. Luke, tell me your issues and then I can give you tips on it. Or also just giving random tips and I don't know your issues, so that doesn't make sense. But yo, dude, if I can... Sometimes I wonder if I should just like stop making tutorials fully on my hip that like do anything close to using my legs for like a couple months and just heal. Because if I could fully heal, yo, like I have so many tips on flares and mills and stuff that like, and swipes that I'm not able to put into a video because I'm not able to do it. You know what I mean? But because there's been so many people that have asked me for stuff, and through that process, I've answered so many things so many times, but I'd love to just have a video. I can just be like, here you go. It's all right here. Anyways, random thoughts. How did I hit what? Slow this down, baby. Feeling pretty strong actually right now. Ooh. How do you hit at your hip? So basically, I was demonstrating flares in class too often, and it got sore, and then I didn't rest it, and it just got worse and worse and worse because I just was like, oh, it's probably nothing. Oh, it's probably nothing, and then it became something. And then because I teach for a living, I couldn't ever fully rest it, so it never fully healed, and now it's become an acute injury. So it's not serious unless I labor it a lot, and then it becomes something more serious. And if I leave it 100%, I don't feel it at all. But there was a time where like if I would go like this, you know, or if I would like get up at a weird position and push using my hip, then like it would strain and it would hurt. So yeah, basically from jumping in a demonstration of moves without proper warm up and stretch is how. I can't swing the back leg through and do the whole flare. So Luke, are you going, so you're talking about this leg swinging through here? This leg can't get through? Is that what you're talking about? Breaking Made Simple group is free, correct? Just sent a request. Yeah, Anson is free, 100%. Okay, so Luke, if you can't get this leg up here, that probably means that it's dropping to the ground too quickly, which means you're not leaning onto this arm enough. So you need to make sure you lean onto this arm as much as you can. And for now, literally just try and land in this position. If you can land in that position, then you'll be able to get there. So the trick is once you're here to shift to the back, you need to lean all the way to here because your legs need to have time to get behind, correct? So for them to have time to get behind, you need to equally be leaning front top corner so that the weight goes off your left hand and off your legs. So equally you need to make sure that this left leg is to your ear, okay? So this pike right here is what's really important, okay? that height needs to be there, because if you're not leaning right like that, then all your weight's gonna fall into that leg and you're not gonna make it to the back. How long do you stretch before training? It depends what movement I'm doing, and it depends on yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of all it depends on what I'm doing, and how warmed I am, and how sore I was prior to practice. So let's say my body is super labored and like everything's sore, then I'm gonna have to do a certain amount of stretching before training. And then I'll usually do, if you look on my channel, I have a full warm up and stretch video. And that's what I do if I'm like really sore and I need to really warm up. And that's also what I do in like my classes, you know, to get myself really like warm. Now, if I'm just kind of doing like my own creative practice, I do more so active stretches, because I know my body personally, and I know I only need to do some active positioning to get my body ready to do something. And if I want to do something that's more powerful and kind of like a powered movement, then I'm going to be doing a little bit less stretching. Not to be confused with power moves, because if I'm doing power, there's a certain amount of stretching I want to do for that too. So it kind of all is based off of what training you're going to be doing. So yeah, that's my best recommendation is base it off of what you're training. If you're just training top rock, you probably barely need to stretch. If you're training power moves, there's gonna be a certain amount of stretching you need to do. If you're doing footwork, there's gonna be a certain amount of stretching you need to do. But a lot of it can be done, like prior to practice, a lot of your stretching doesn't need to be really like long, it shouldn't be long hold, and it can mostly be active stretching. Kind of like what you see me do in a lot of my lives when I'm warming up my body and doing stuff. That's mostly what I do active wise before training. So I don't do too much stretching. And if I do stretching, I'm doing each stretch for like 7 to 15 seconds max. But mostly I'm going like here and then switch, you know? Like if I'm doing a static hold, like that's as long as it is. It's basically just to go to the position and long enough for me to gauge how does it feel. If I feel like this position is gonna be like an injury, then I'm gonna stretch it more or warm it up more. If it doesn't, then I'm not. Does that make sense? So I just kind of want to go through every position in your body, you know? Because the way you get injured is when you're really tight in a spot and you jump into it quickly and it's not warmed up, it's not loosened, and then you injure yourself. But if you're already, if you've gauged it by going to that position first, then you're not gonna worry about it. You know what I mean? Because then it's not gonna affect you, right? Because you already are aware of how that feels in that position. Does that make sense? Sorry guys, give me like 2 seconds. I gotta quickly get something. I got an idea. Oh, there we go. This will work. Okay, perfect. There we go. It's way better. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Yo, it's raining, man! It's coming down. I love the rain. I don't know if you guys like the rain, but I love the rain. The only thing I don't love about, the only thing I don't love about the rain is that I can't slackline and I can't do my rings. But apart from that, and I can't do like outdoor training. But apart from that, man, I love the rain. I love the rain. Rain game. Yo, right? And if you can do an outdoor spot in the rain that's not getting rained on, woo! Dropping things, dropping bombs. You like the mood change of like me or the mood change of the rain? Exactly, I got that place. Yeah, D-Trox, I know you do. Do I plant the hand close to my body for flares? You want to plant your hand like shoulder length. So, like here, okay? So if I'm flaring, it's like here. You don't want it in front, you don't want it behind unless you're turning, you want it just off. So if you line up your shoulders like this, turn them a little bit to the outside, rock them maybe 1 inch out, that's not where you want them. Smell is nice, it's calming and relaxing. I know, right? I'd open the windows right now, but you guys would complain. No, you wouldn't, but my perfectionism would complain because then it'd be super loud for you guys. So, because I'm on the 11th floor, right? When it's like a super big storm, like my place is like boom, 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 boom. Like the wind is screaming around the whole building. Absolutely screaming. It's nuts. And like if there's like thunder and heavy rain, like you're in the storm because I'm on the 11th floor. Like it's just, yeah, it's wild. I love it. So much energy. Water time, baby. Mood is fine. What's the country you live in? Vancouver, Canada. BC, baby. Which move in breaking you always feared to attempt, but I've got it eventually? D-Trox, almost every harder move that you've seen me do. I feared. Flares, windmills, swipes, dark hammers, crickets, turtles, basically everything. Jump back, air freeze, Valdez, pike, head spins, 90s, 2000s, literally every power move I feared. But then again, but I got eventually is the key word there. So hand glides, crickets, turtles, dark hammers, if you want to say I have them. Back spins, backflip, front flip. Yeah, basically every flares, windmills. I kind of can head spin. I can kind of 90 and I can kind of 2000. So, and then swipes. Is stretching before sleep good? I think so. I think stretching after practice is better though. I wouldn't say you should like do your whole day and then come home and be like, okay, I'm gonna stretch and go to bed. As after your last biggest workout of the day or when you're the most warmed up, if you're gonna do a sauna or a hot bath, then stretch. Just make sure you're warm. Because if you're cold, then you do a heavy stretch and then you go to bed. I don't think that's necessarily the best. But if you're really warmed up first, I think it's fantastic. I fear going back. That's why I still backflips. Yeah, D-Trox, I do too. But it's also really like addicting. You just gotta go to like a gymnastics. If your fear is too big, you need to have like huge support. And if you have someone like a big dude literally turn you over like 100 times, eventually he can turn you a little bit less and you can do a little bit more for yourself. I think the biggest thing when we have anxiety that's so severe that it's stopping us from trying to move is get someone to literally hold you through the move. Like literally hold you. Like if you get someone that's big enough, they'll be able to pick you up and turn you. You know what I mean? Like I do it to my kids all the time. And if you have someone that's literally walking you through the motion and you can't because they're holding you, you're gonna get used to that feeling more and more. Also, an idea, Detox, go to like a pool or water and like do some backflips in the water. That kind of helps. Just the more that you do that backwards motion, the less scared of it you are. Can you do air flares? No, I'm not able to. What should I just take a break from? When should I just take a break from breaking and not practice for a while? When you want to, or if you need to for physical or mental health. That's it. Apart from that, there's no reason to. Hey, Chops, you want that top rock step? I'm feeling hyped now. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go with something. Okay. Let me think one right now. You've seen all my tutorials on them, right? You've seen everything that I have online. I think you have. Okay, let me think. I'm gonna reset the mix because I like the beginning of it. This track is dope. This one. D-Trops, you know this one? Hand variations? Okay. Let me move you then. called handcuff. Anything with a handcuff, right? Roll through, roll out. And then this is 52 blocks. This is from Mr. Wiggles. Here, here, and here. Sorry. Hand to elbow, switch, cross back. Switch, cross back. Double visor. Hit. And here. Cross. Hit. Cross. Hit. And if you combine to like you know what I mean? So that's all 52 blocks. That's from Mr. Wiggles. There's a little DVD about it. There's another one that I know. What is it? Oh yeah. Visor, thinking man, visor. Or other hand. And then you can also go right again. Also, cross. So, arm to elbow. Like you can't see me, John Cena. And then all you have to do is add it to something, right? Ready? Alright. John Cena! Can't see me? How's that, D-Trots? Couple in there, maybe? Maybe, baby? Hell yeah, man. How's that light, though? Your boy's whiter than usual. So lazy. Yeah, I want to watch his DVD again. I gotta find it. Maybe I can find it right now. Hold up. It might be right here. What's up, Quan? Hold up. Be right back. Okay, I don't know where, but this is kind of funny. Look at this. Check this out. Planet B-Boy 2009. That's Tayo from my crew. Because if you know Tayo from my crew, Last for One, they were like famous in Korea. Like famous, dog. I'm not talking about like B-Boy famous. I'm talking about like population famous. Like they would go to a school and everyone would just be screaming for them. Like that got that big. Kind of crazy. Yeah, anyways, I'll that's like his little it's like postage stamps or like sticky notes. I mean, yeah. Maybe I'll go look at more of Wiggles stuff. That's where I learned a lot of my steps actually. Do you guys see me teach now? a decent amount from Wiggles, and he's taught me a bunch in person too. But like I bought his DVD, and I've learned a lot from his too. And what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something about that. Oh man, my light's off. One sec. Give me light! Also, that desk that I brought in is totally in front of you guys now. But anyways, it's a thing. Yeah, I was gonna say something about that. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull up that DVD again, because I'm not sure that I finished it. And if I didn't, bruh, then there's gonna be a lot of stuff still. I thought I did, but I may have not. I think it got like really complicated, really fast. Especially the 52 blocks. I don't know if you guys know 52 blocks, but 52 comes from slap boxing, and it originated in prison because in jail cells you don't have much space, so people would practice all these different actions because it comes from, like, this is a slap here, but you're also protecting your face, hence that position, right? That's an actual slap on the person, boom, while you're protecting yourself. So like a lot of it originates from prison fighting, from slap boxing is what it was called. So it's boxing but with slaps, and it got brought into top rock and breaking and funk styles and street dancing back in the day, in like the 80s, I guess, 70s, 80s, and it's an old hand style art that not many people use and abuse, especially not nowadays. But if you watch Mr. Wiggles, he uses it all the time in his popping and stuff too. Like he'll do, like, especially like if you watch this motion, like you're gonna see him do that so often. Then he'll go around through here and around, and all this arm threading and stuff, and that's all from slap boxing and from 52 styles, 52 hand styles. So that's a DVD. So if you guys want to learn that yourself, that's not just through my watered down version of it, you should go buy his DVD. Shameless plug for Mr. Wiggle, but because he teaches it all. It's part of one of the things he teaches. It's just not popularized, but you can add that into like popping or whatever you want to do. It's really cool. It is fascinating. Anyways, y'all, I'm bouncing in like 2 minutes. I want to go eat. And I gotta start choreoing because I start teaching again in September in studios, and I gotta create a bunch of choreo. Exciting. I have a bunch of kids solos I gotta choreograph for competitions. So yeah, interesting stuff. It's a whole thing. It's the whole thing. So any last questions? Now's the time. If not, next place to be. No? Last call. 1 minute. When it strikes 1:05, we film. Bam. Peace, Deep Trucks. Thanks for stopping by as always. I appreciate you. Okay, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Again, if you want more help or tips, or if you can find me on Facebook page, Breaking Made Simple. The link is in here. If not, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.